Next up is Brightlamp from Indianapolis. Brightlamp is solving the $17 billion brain injury and recovery problem with its B2B SaaS 5-second eye testing platform called Reflex, made for iPhones and iPads. Brightlamp, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Curtis, CEO of Brightlamp, and I'm here to tell you how we've doubled our revenue this month. Physicians are suffering from a $17 billion problem in the United States, where they have no reliable neurological vitals to track. Nearly half of all concussion patients will re-exhibit symptoms and go back to the doctor after clearance to learn and play. Our solution? Well, we're helping doctors get their treatment right the first time with Reflex. It's a non-invasive neurological eye test. We mix computer vision and augmented intelligence with something we're all familiar with on the football field. We check the pupils, but in an objective way. Now, our SaaS B2B model as a medical device lets us command a high gross margin business, of roughly 92%, with a competitive price unlike typical med device business models. We charge a simple subscription fee for unlimited testing that lets us hang on to those sticky customers. And the concussion recovery testing landscape, it's fractured with a tool and the tool belt mentality. Plus, it's easy being the best when you're the fastest test available at 5 seconds. With the market prime for a winner-take-all moment, we see that the possible gains are massive. But we start with a market that loves next-generation tools, the functional neurologists. They're chiropractors with a neurology specialization. And we've partnered with the most prevalent functional neurology certification group that's helping us drive our growth to our first $1 million, coupled with unique incentive offerings only a digital SaaS tool can manage. And our team knows this market well. We have over 50 years experience in software and med device deployment and sales. And that Institute partnership that I mentioned earlier, well, the founder, he's on our advisory board and helping us scale this model. We're excited about where we're going, and our real-world evidence model for our technology is allowing us to unlock limitless potential in our neurological testing marketplace, with a lucrative reimbursement business model coming in the near future after clearance. If this excites you like it does us, then please get connected. We're raising our next round of fundraising so we can keep doubling our revenue and keep maintaining our traction. And our potential doesn't stop here at concussions. We're the next neurological vital, and our data integration with our clients is allowing us to already gather data on new indications to open up new markets. Thank you so much. And while we're going through questions, I just want you to think, how's your brain doing today?
Great job, Curtis. My brain, I'm tired. It's 8:12 on the East Coast, so that's where my brain's at right now.
Understood.
Let's go ahead and questions. I see that Larry and Brian both have their hands raised. Larry, why don't we start with you?
Sure. No, I was curious. So I'm the medical director for Blue Cross. I've actually never heard of a functional neurologist, and I'd like to know a little bit more about how you chose that as opposed to standard physician. Because I'll be perfectly honest, when you try to pitch this to neurologists and neurosurgeons, the fact that it was developed with chiropractics is likely to be a detriment.
Okay. Well, hey, that's an excellent question. We didn't choose the functional neurologists. They chose us. So we actually started out in the med device and the integration with physicians. And the problem here is that they need the 510K clinical clearance to integrate in their practice. As it stands today, we're a Class 1 510K exempt tool for pupillometry. And as it turns out, the institute that we're partnered with focuses on pupillometry as an integrative tool for concussions. So this has allowed us to employ that real-world evidence model to gain our concussion data to seek our clinical clearance that we'll be obtaining here in early next year. So we scale in that group because they're the ones that have given us the most pull for our revenue model.
Great, Curtis. Thank you. Brian, I believe you have a question.
Yeah. Thanks, Ken. In terms of, is this going straight to patients, or are you trying to sell to physician offices and hospitals and health systems? And then that's the question, I guess, mainly.
Sure, yeah. We're in over 150 clinics in the United States. We sell primarily to those clinics for use as a tool to help them build their autonomic nervous system and neurological analysis methodologies. We do not sell to the lay use general public right now, but I could see as a 10-year goal that we could become as ubiquitous as, let's say, a glucometer, where a soccer mom or soccer dad could utilize this to determine whether or not their child needs to go and see a physician immediately.
That's what I was wondering. I've done a lot with neurology. And are there codes that the practice is using and can collect revenue and reimbursement by using the app?
Excellent question. We do have codes available to us. They are currently at a research certification for the CPT codes. So we have to turn over that research classification in order to adopt a reimbursement model. We are diligently working towards that pathway, and we have multiple studies in place to prove out this system for that reimbursement model with Medicare. But for the time being, there is no revenue generation for the clinician, but our 2.5-year forecast, it will become that, and that will be a new revenue model at $100 per test. There is a range of $30 per test to $300 per test, so we feel that's conservative, and we take a 30% cut.
Great.
Very good. Last question, Josh.
Yeah, I'm just curious on the 1.8 million. So based on that investment, that capital investment, what are you hoping to achieve with it? What are you hoping to do, and then what do you believe it's going to drive?
That's a great question. We're going to continue scaling our revenue. Like I had mentioned, we doubled it just this month alone. We're expected to do $750,000 next year in sales. And then on top of that, we're going to be seeking our clinical clearance. So right now we have to educate the marketplace why pupillometry is relevant. You know, they understand it. They check the eyes frequently. We know that. But the education component of it on why the specific metrics are important. So we're seeking our clinical clearance with Oculogic as our predicate device. So that money is going to be used for that clinical clearance and for scaling the business as a 510K exempt tool.
Great job, Curtis. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you so
much.
Well
done.